Rolling, strolling. I've been listening to the Prince podcast.
Oh, yeah, I haven't been able to listen. Because I go to one thing and said, there's no video. I said, okay, but there's got to be audio.
There's audio.
And I haven't heard anything.
All right. Hi, this is Lori, and I have no light. I need to. There we go. I got to do everything. I'm the cameraman, the lighting tech, the set designer.
Set designer, yes.
We'd call it. Anyway, so we're back with a review. This is Peter.
We are back.
This is Lori, and we are here. We're always back with a review, right?
Yes.
Well, why else would be on here if we weren't doing the
Gun crazy.
We are going to go gun crazy tonight.
Yes.
So we're going to do a throwback review of the 1950 Film Noir in our Film Noir series, as suggested by Hamilton, of Gun Crazy, which stars John Dall, Peggy Cummins, and directed by, what is his name? Joseph. I wrote it down and can't even read my own writing. I am the writer as well as him. So anyway, Gun Crazy is about a guy when he's a kid. He just has an obsession with guns.
Just a crazy obsession.
He is crazy about guns, y'all. And he just loves his guns. But he is not. He has an incident where he gets a gun. And he shoots a baby chick when he's a kid.
Yes, but he's
two tests. He's either going to become a serial killer or he's not. No, but he's so disturbed by taking a life that he kind of vows that he will never kill anybody or anything with the gun. He'll never ever do it again. So we flash forward, and Bart was his name. He's grown up, he's been in the military, he's a vet.
Yes.
And he's goes back home to his old town, his boys, his friends, says he knew his kids, he reconnects with them.
And he was a sniper.
He was a sniper? Oh, I missed that detail.
Yes.
Well, if you're gun crazy, you'd be good at it.
And excellent at it.
Yeah. But didn't kill anybody. How does that work? He just shot him in the kneecap, I guess.
That's Hollywood.
That's Hollywood. He meets up with his friends, and they decide to go to the local circuses in town.
Right.
And one of the stars of that local circus is the sharpshooter.
Yeah.
A woman who can shoot a gun, boy, and
Mamie Wilson.
Mamie Wilson?
I don't know.
Why no, actually, her name. And the name was Annie Laurie Starr. And my name is Laurie Ann, my actual first name. So I was like, what is going on this week?
Wouldn't she be Annie Oakley?
No, she's Annie Laurie. Even better.
That's dangerous.
So, which is, this week, I've had two things that my name is referenced in some way that I've come across within the past week, and it's been kind of an interesting. Anyway, so let's get on. What did you think of Gun Crazy? Anyway, he meets her.
Yeah.
She loses. She's dating one of the promoters of the circus, and it's not a good relationship and stuff like that. And she decides to hook up with our boy here, her gun crazy boyfriend.
Yes.
And
well, I wouldn't say
they lose their jobs.
He was gun crazy.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't harm a fly.
He's just like guns. He just really loves guns. But they hook up. They get fired from the circus, so the only way they know to make a living is to go on a crime spree and start robbing.
Right. Well. And get fired from the circus, but. That's when we start to find out she's a bad girl.
She is the femme fatale, and I've always heard of femme fatale and all that stuff, but not really being an aficionado. Not really knowing a lot of film noir. I'm seeing some in the past, probably some of the major ones and stuff like Maltese Falcon or something like that. But I didn't get the whole concept. It's the woman who always tempts the morally ambiguous lead male into a life of crime, into something, you know, I guess.
Yes.
It's like
She's a tomato.
She's a tomato. She's Eve to his Adam, basically.
Yes.
That gets him into trouble. She, you know, she seduces him and then just suggests all kinds of let's do all these terrible deeds.
Which I thought was
he's like,
really
I don't
cool.
know, but okay.
Yeah. In the beginning scenes when he's still a kid, his kid friends, who are the sheriff's
Oh, they
son.
end up. He's the sheriff's son. I didn't even know that's because. Yeah, okay.
And
shows you how much
like
I pay attention to stuff.
the mayor's. The other kid was like
mayor?
the mayor's
really?
son or
Okay.
something like that. And throughout, what you would really love and look at throughout this whole movie, somehow they keep the same style clothes on, even as they grow up.
They grow up to adults, and one becomes a sheriff, and the other one becomes a newspaper reporter. You know, upstanding citizens of their small town. But anyway, so it was an interesting. It was an interesting movie from. You know, story-wise, I was like, oh, okay. I liked the previous Film Noir we watched better. What was the movie we watched again?
The tomato was in it.
The tomato was in it. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank, but it'll come to me.
Yeah, don't
look at our previous review.
Yeah, what is this? It was Don't Do.
Detour.
Detour.
I like that movie kind of better overall. But this one had some interesting filmmaking techniques that I would never have expected from a film. This film was done in 1950. In terms of like that single camera, that one take camera in an action scene, like they're in a car driving around, they hop out and they're on the sidewalk and they have a little interaction. They hop back in the car and they do the run like a chase scene through a town, and the camera's running the whole time in the car.
You know,
and they're really driving.
You know what I really liked about this movie, which was a little off. This movie was actually shot in the 1950s?
It came out in 1950.
Okay. Yeah. Well, the movie that it was actually the forerunner to was actually about a man and a woman doing the same thing, but earlier.
Okay. I think I know what Bonnie and Clyde. I figured it was going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. There's a lot of Bonnie and Clyde in this, and there's like some scenes. I was like, I think they took that for the movie Bonnie and Clyde. It'll be interesting to see if this movie had an influence on that film, which is considered very much a classic. And to see what they thought. But it was a lot of interesting visual style. Stuff. It's another movie, and I guess the Film Noir is known for being it was like filmed in a month, very low budget and stuff like that. But so they had to be very creative and inventive. And I think it is like the final scene too, because they're being chased and they have to ditch the car and they're running up this mountain and into the wilderness and stuff, and they kind of end up and rest for the night when they wake up in the morning. Just how that scene plays out and is filmed, the whole thing. It reminded me of something in Bonnie and Clyde, but it's just it very much like like an auteur visual style, like the way it's shot and stuff. And I think that's what Hamilton said, like a lot of what they call the French New Wave filmmakers were influenced by these films and stuff like that. So all those the frou-frou, shishi filmmakers from France that are, beloved to this day. Yes. This is where their influences came from. So and what else did you think about it? The Annie Laurie just wasn't quite Vera. Wasn't quite Detour's Vera, who was amazing. Yes. But, she was a tomato, though.
Yes. It was a very interesting movie. It was a fun movie to watch. It wasn't you're sitting there suspenseful. Like, wow, I'm on the edge of my seat. No, it's just like, a lot of things you might laugh at, or if not laugh out loud, kind of just laugh to yourself and go, wow, there's a lot of things in it that are really good, and a lot of things in it you look at his face, he's supposed to be
that's one thing.
or terrified, and it's like,
I'm glad you brought up the actor John Dall, who plays was it Bart, the gun crazy person, the gun crazy guy who just obsessed with guns. It's like, man, he just loves guns, dude. But I was wondering, I was looking at him, it's like he looks familiar, and I'm not sure where I saw him. And then as I was looking up our notes for this, he was in the Alfred Hitchcock movie Rope. I was like,
really?
And I love some Hitchcock movies, and I've seen Rope a few times, so like, that's where I recognize that dude. So interesting. He's good. Think about it. He's not a name that you would know as a classic Hollywood actor.
But the face was known.
The face is known, but he's in two very classic movies: Gun Crazy, a classic noir, and then one of Hitchcock's movies. Maybe not considered one of Hitchcock's best, but I like it. It's a very interesting movie.
Well, it's a good movie for somebody who maybe later wants to think about filmmaking.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot in it, writing and everything, that you go, I'd never do that.
Oh, okay.
And there's a lot of shots or looks on actors' faces and go, I'd never go for that. But you actually learn more from all the wrong things that you wouldn't do.
Okay. You think that more so? I mean, they do a lot of inventive new stuff.
Yes.
I'm not sure how new it was for the time period, though, because I'm not that kind of expert. But it just shocked me to see it in a film this old. To see that, it's like, oh, okay, yeah. This is stuff you see a lot later in films, and like I said, by auteur filmmakers, the ones who are known for their visual style and taking chances and doing something risky or different with the camera. And so it's fun to see that.
And that's the thing to do too, is to, as a filmmaker or a potential filmmaker, is to look and see, take risks.
Yeah, take risks. Or, when you don't have a budget, you have to really kind of think on your feet and be very inventive and creative. And sometimes, that's not having money is a benefit than something with the biggest budget of all. So, yeah. So anyway, any final thoughts on Gun Crazy? Watch it. It's available I'm sure it's available on YouTube somewhere. Hamilton brought over the DVD, which we were able to watch, and I think I bought it and downloaded it or something.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's a good movie to watch.
Yeah, it's a good. If you're interested in filmmaking as a filmmaker and you want to understand, go back and see the history of where some, early style started. This is definitely something to watch. Yeah. I think. So are we out?
We are out.
Are we out like a couple of gun crazy kids on the lam from a tomato?
See.
Yeah. Well, it didn't quite have the cliche dialogue as a Detour, but yeah. Anyway, it did. It had the acting. Anyway, we're out.
It had the cars.
Hey, we out.
We out.
Bonnie and Clyde, the early Bonnie and Clyde.